Welcome. I'm Dawn Coker, the Elementary Math Curriculum Specialist for Cumberland County Schools. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at our framework for math instruction for elementary schools for grades K through 5. Our framework is actually called the Menu for Effective Math Instruction because it's set up like a menu. And just like in the menu, you're not going to order every single appetizer. You're not going to order every single first course. You're just going to pick one or two pieces from each of the different courses. The purpose of the appetizer is just to kind of warm up for the rest of the lesson. Just like the purpose of an appetizer in a meal, it's not the biggest part of the meal. It's just like a little bit of a warm up just to kind of get your palate salivating for the rest of the meal. In the appetizer, students are going to do a quick review of previously learned skills just as a quick warm-up, or maybe do a fluency check or fluency practice as a warm-up. In Cumberland County Schools, we have a fluency resource for grades K through 5 called Number Talks, and you'll learn more about that in our instructional resources video. Or students might discuss today's essential question as a warm-up, or talk about what they previously learned and connect it to what they're getting ready to learn. Now, Course 1 is probably what's going to be the only thing that's really different from your traditional style of teaching. In Course 1, you're going to do some sort of grappling, or students are going to do some sort of problem solving before getting into the direct instruction and the guided practice. So, for example, the teacher might read a math storybook and students would solve a problem from the book. They would grapple with the problem from the book. Or students might solve a word problem or a math task, and they would just grapple with it. They might not be super successful, and that's okay. For example, if I'm getting ready to teach a lesson about multiplication, I might give you a math task about multiplication just to see what you can do with it. Now, grappling might be really short if you don't have a lot of prior knowledge, or it might take a while if students are productively grappling and solving the problem. When I teach lessons in classrooms, I use this as a formative assessment time to think, okay, what are they already bringing to the table, and how will I need to change paths in my lesson today to meet students' needs? And then the last part of Course 1, after students have done some sort of grappling, is to let students share out their strategies so that all students have been exposed to what is it that our class knows, and then this will guide us into, okay, so now direct instruction, this is the strategy I'm going to focus on. So Course 2 is our direct instruction and guided practice, and they go hand in hand. That's why we put this together. You might do a little bit of direct instruction or modeling, and then a little bit of practice, and then go back to some more modeling and a little bit more of practice. You really can't separate out the two. So whatever we grappled with, so if we gave a task related to multiplication, the rest of our lesson today will be about a strategy or a tool for solving multiplication problems. I might set up Course 2 as, hey boys and girls, when we solved that problem today, these were the strategies you tried. This is the strategy I'm going to model. So today and every day, this is a strategy you might use when you face problems like that one that we saw in Course 1. And then I would spend time modeling the strategy or the tool, and then students would practice that. Or I might introduce some new vocabulary related to whatever concept we're learning, and students would practice that. And then another piece is students might make connections between what we just learned today and how it relates to other strategies we learned. Which strategy is more efficient? Which strategy did you personally like better? Which strategy could you see yourself using in the future? And when and how would you use this strategy? And then Course 3, I like to call it dessert because hopefully it is dessert where you can step back and just enjoy what the kids are doing independently, because you've done all this teaching. Now you get to see the payoff of the students can now do it independently. Course 3 is just your independent practice. Teachers might just give students independent practice to see if they mastered what they were taught today, or if they can apply what they were taught to a new situation. This is your formative assessment time. Let's see what the students can do to see, okay, do we need to spend more time on this week, or can we move on to another standard? This might also be centers or stations where maybe one station is related to today's learning and the other stations are spiral review from previously learned skills. And this could also be time where teachers are pulling small groups that are differentiated for some targeted instruction. Again, we talked about the resource called Menu for Effective Math Instruction today. This document is available on the CNI Google site, which you can access through your Gmail account. This document is right under the lesson plans page of the math page of the CNI Google site. Along with this document, there is a unit planner template that follows the same framework. There's also several sample lessons for grades 3 through 5 that follow this framework, so you can see it in action. I hope you had a great day. Again, my name is Dawn Coker. Please email me if you have any questions.